Hello world, Nicholas Pazienza here, and today I want to talk about Amazon EC2 instances. I am going to read us this article. I will have the link in the description. I will also have a link to this very helpful and informative video by Amazon Web Services in the description. It's only about 4 minutes. Would definitely recommend watching it. And then we will go over a picture, aka a diagram, which I hope will get rid of any confusion that may still be left over. So for right now, sit back, relax. I am going to read most of this article to us. So let's take a look. What is Amazon EC2? Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2, provides scalable computing capacity in the Amazon Web Services AWS cloud. Using Amazon EC2 eliminates your need to invest in hardware up front, so you can develop and deploy applications faster. You can use Amazon EC2 to launch as many or as few virtual servers as you need, configure security and networking, and manage storage. Amazon EC2 enables you to scale up or down to handle changes in requirements or spikes in popularity, reducing your need to forecast traffic. Wow, what doesn't this do? Let's check out some of the features. Amazon EC2 provides the following features: virtual computing environments known as instances, pre-configured templates for your instances known as Amazon Machine Images that package the bits you need for your server, including the operating system and additional software, various configurations of CPU, memory, storage, and networking capacity for your instances known as instance types, secure login information for your instances using key pairs. AWS stores the public key, and you store the private key in a secure place. This may be your SSH folder on your computer. Storage volumes for temporary data that's deleted when you stop, hibernate, or terminate your instance, known as instance store volumes. Persistent storage volumes for your data using Amazon Elastic Bookstore, known as EBS volumes. This one is really cool. Multiple physical locations for your resources, such as instances in Amazon EBS volumes, known as regions and availability zones. If you're in the US, once you start to make instances and you start to work with AWS, you can choose, US East, US West. Same goes for Europe and other places. So if you're using US East and let's say a really bad storm comes in and damages some of the hardware on the US East side, totally fine. You're still good. You'll still be able to access your instances and, use this technology. That's what's really cool. Amazon has, hardware all over the planet. So, even if some of it gets damaged, you're still good. You can go through the rest of the article. I want to take just a couple of minutes to go over a diagram. So we've all heard stories about, this business was started in a garage and it grew to be this huge, great, successful business. Well, let's take a look at an example. So this is your house, and here's you, and here's your garage, and you have a server. So you start a business. Your hardware, so a server, is in your garage. Your hardware server can handle at most maybe like 10 users coming to your website. So not a whole lot of traffic. But you're a small business. This is totally fine for the first month. When you're handling your own hardware, this is a lot of responsibility, right? You've got to find what hardware you need. You get it delivered to your house. The guy drops it, getting it off the truck. Your cat's chewing out a cord in the garage. And so many different things can go wrong. But let's just say things are going right for right now. And a popular streamer finds your website and decides to tweet about it or show it on stream. And all of a sudden, some of their audience goes to your website. 1,000 people try to access your website. Well, guess what? It doesn't work because that's just too much traffic for your server to handle. Your hardware can't handle all of it. And this is kind of the old school way. You can absolutely still do it, or maybe it's some sort of hybrid setup where you do have some hardware on site, but you're still using, Amazon EC2 instances. Let's take a look at another picture. So you can use AWS EC2 instances for your website. So here's your house. Here's you. Look, here's your little computer using Amazon Web Services EC2 instances. And look at that. You can finally put your car in the garage. So if it snows, you're all set. You pay for what you use. So you don't need to go buy the server. You don't need to worry about if the guy drops it, taking it off the truck. You don't have to worry about your cat biting through any cords or your little brother kicking a kickball into it. It's all good. You can just pay for whatever you want to use from AWS. It takes away the need for you to also upgrade your hardware in the garage. So in the case of a streamer promoting your website, oh my God, you'd have to go and find, you'd have to upgrade your hardware. You'd have to get it installed. It would take many, many steps. And by the time you actually got it upgraded, the hype might be over and you missed your opportunity. EC2 also takes away the stress of trying to figure out which days of the week will have high traffic. So let's say after a year of having your website, you realize that, Saturdays, everything's always, your server's not able to handle all the traffic. So you upgrade your server. You go out and you spend a bunch of money, you upgrade your server. Well, now you can handle Saturdays, but the rest of the week, you're really not using your server to its full potential. It's just kind of sitting around. That's the cool thing about EC2 instances is it will scale. If you only need, if you only have 5 people visiting your website or 100, you can scale up or down. There's also no long-term commitment with an EC2 instance either. It's not like it's going to be sitting in your garage taking up space. So if you use an EC2 instance, you can totally park your car in your garage. Here's you in your house. And for me, it's less stressful and it's convenient as well because, in the case that something does happen where someone promotes your website or you buy advertising and you get a bunch more traffic that you weren't expecting, you're still good. And it's also weatherproof, right? So if you're at your house and a bad storm rolls in and, damages your server, well, you're out of luck. But that's not the case with EC2. I think this is really cool. And in the next video, we will make an instance together. I really appreciate you stopping by, and I will see you next time.